Welcome to Arise Entertainment 360. I'm Shannon Lanier.
And I'm the Pink Katura King.
Woo, hot.
Live from New York, we're here with your 360 look at entertainment, arts, and culture.
That's right, and you're dressed appropriately because it is Valentine's Day.
Of course it is. Happy Valentine's Day, my darling.
Wow. You look great.
Oh, I know.
Very festive. She said, I know. Wow, that's deep. All right, well, if you're in a relationship, well, Valentine's Day may be one of the healthiest and happiest days of the year. Yeah, despite all that champagne and chocolate stuff going around.
What? You're right, actually, and that's because love comes with some solid health benefits. And this is according to Dr. Helen Reese, the director of the Empathy and Relational Science program at Massachusetts General Hospital and author of The Empathy Effect.
That sounds serious. I believe anything they say with the title like that. It's like, it must be legit.
That title was really long.
Right.
I was like, director of the...
That's good. You know, a lot of people, I think it's just about not overindulging in all the chocolate. Because they say a little chocolate, especially the dark chocolate, could be very healthy for you.
Dark chocolate is very good for your heart. It's got lots of antioxidants, as does red wine, which is my excuse for having the odd triple every now and then.
Yeah, everybody needs a little excuse, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, okay, so this is an interesting story because a lot of people go through this where they just started dating someone, right? And then Valentine's Day rolls around, and that big question that we're always asking, okay, do you buy them something? If you do buy them something, how much should you spend?
Yes.
It's like that big debate people are always asking themselves when they get into a relationship.
Okay, so my question is, if you were dating someone for a week, would you buy them something for Valentine's Day?
Probably not.
If you were dating
we can
someone
go out
for a
for
month?
dinner. They would get something, just not like tangible. They would go out for dinner and a movie or something, like a date night. But not like a gift, like a necklace or anything.
Guys, if you've got yourself a sweetie, it doesn't matter how long you've been with them, spoil them.
Clearly, you wrote that. She's
What?
like, spoil me, spoil me.
No, I did no such thing. I hope you guys called my number last week.
See, don't give it out again. We got too many calls last week. The phone was ringing off the hook, okay? But no, I guess it's always a good thing to spoil the people that you like or love while they're here. So,
exactly.
in that essence, I get it.
And it's one of the 5 love languages, I'll have you know.
Ooh,
yes.
okay.
Giving gifts is a great way to show love. Okay. So we are located at... No, I'm joking.
Send them on. We'll take all your gifts.
Now we're going to switch gears a little bit, and this is the part where my accent is actually relevant because we're talking about the United Kingdom. And a Glasgow cafe actually wants to make Valentine's Day especially hot and incredibly heavy. The Aldwych Cafe claims its special gelato acts as an intense aphrodisiac. However, the cold treat is so hot, guess what? The lovers were actually asked to sign a waiver prior to licking it.
I wouldn't do it. I would
Really?
Sign your life away just in case you're hurt, your tongue's on fire.
No, they're literally saying if you have this ice cream and die, you're not allowed to sue us.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, the Scottish Cafe concoction is billed as one of the spiciest ice creams in, get this, the world.
It is. It's called... Are you ready for me
I'm ready.
to become Italian?
Because I couldn't say it, so you go for it.
Respiro del diavolo.
Ooh, I like the...
Respiro del diavolo.
Ooh,
which means devil's breath, okay? Not that fancy in English. And it's roughly 3 times hotter than a jalapeno.
So could you handle it?
Oh, yeah, I can handle it.
Because you pop jalapenos like water, so...
Right. Mints, peppers, musa.
Okay, well, next time we go to the UK, we're going to do a special segment at that cafe.
He's trying to kill me.
Taste. You got to sign your waiver, and you taste it, and we see if she can hang. I'll just be watching. I'll probably be hot just watching, like, oh my God.
But you know what? I'm going to take it like a champ.
You will, because you are a champ.
Oh, yeah.
You ready?
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Pink Day Wednesday.
Now, there is no better day of the year, as we all know, to watch a romantic comedy than on Valentine's Day. And while there are many, many classics to choose from, Silicon Valley actor Kumail Nanjiani put a modern twist on the genre with an autobiographical work that is well worth a watch.
Very true. Well, in a rare rom-com told from the man's perspective, Kumail, is it Kumail? Kumail. Okay, Kumail plays a version of himself dating Emily Zoe Kenson, and who falls gravely ill after they break up. How sad. While she's in an induced coma. That's so sad. How is this a beautiful movie to watch?
Because it's a romantic comedy.
You thought you were in love, they broke up. Okay, well, Kamal bonds with the parents, a delightful Ray Romano and Holly Hunter for this film.
We love them.
It sounds like it could be a good little twist and turns.
You know what I like about this? Like you said, the fact that it's told from a man's perspective.
Which you never hear.
Exactly. I think, no, there has been one other movie that I can remember. I can't remember the name. No, I can. The Big Sick.
Well,
that was told from a man's perspective, and that was a romantic comedy. And interestingly enough, the lead actor is Indian.
Oh, yes,
and so is this one.
Okay.
Looks like they're the only ones that make rom-coms from a man's perspective.
What's that one movie Mel Gibson did with I Know What Girls Want? What Women Want. Remember What Women Want, where he was in the mind of women?
Yeah,
it was told from his perspective. Does that count?
Not really.
And it was still a love
so,
story?
Because he's a man, but he's telling it from, he's listening to females' thoughts.
So he's cheating.
So he's cheating.
Okay.
It's not directly from a man's perspective.
Would you want that power to hear what men are thinking?
I already know what men are thinking.
Whoa! On that note, Netflix wants to celebrate Valentine's Day with you and Chris Rock. The iconic comedian said on Tuesday that Chris Rock... Tambourine! That song? Okay, well, Tambourine, his first stand-up special in a decade. I can't believe it's been that long. Well, it will start streaming on Netflix today, so you can check it out now and snuggle up with your loved one and laugh a little with Chris Rock.
Yes, indeed. And Shannon actually got to laugh a little with Chris Rock yesterday in person at the Black Panther premiere, but we're not talking about that because I'm jealous. So,
talk about it later.
The surprise announcement follows a mysterious ad campaign in which the streaming giant actually teased an unnamed upcoming project with images of a tambourine, of course, because it is called Tambourine. And this was accompanied by the tagline, "Will you play?" on videos and billboards.
So let's just play that song again. Play the tambourine, baby, play the tambourine, what? That's more fun than looking anyway. And I don't like all those mysterious ads. Just show us what it is.
Well,
tell us what it is.
Give us a little bit of insight, because clearly we're not going to get to watch this until this evening. Yeah. So what did Chris Rock tell you about it yesterday when you spoke to him?
Well, you know, my boy Chris, you know, we go way back and all. He said, no, he didn't say anything about it. He just said it's going to be real funny, so check it out.
Absolutely.
There were so many people, which we'll show you a little bit later in the show. We're going to tease it till later in the show, show you some of the stars that showed up at the New York City premiere of Black Panther.
You do not want to miss it. I mean, I was here in the city, and I was jealous. This man knows how to have fun.
You would have been with me if you weren't under the weather.
I know.
And you had to get better so you could do the show again. So I'm glad you're here.
I'm resplendent in pink. So
yes, that helps out, right?
So let's get back to talking about TV.
All right, let's do it.
How often do you hear the phrase strong male characters?
Oh, every Oscar season.
That's not true.
That's not every day.
You hear the phrase antagonist, male lead, but you never hear the phrase, oh, that's a strong male character. It was written for a strong male character. That's a strong actor. You don't hear that. But you always hear the phrase, a strong female character, particularly as it pertains to Shonda Rhimes' works.
I get what you're saying. I see where you're going. I see
having it no more.
Nope.
She actually said, because of all of the things that she's written, from Scandal to How to Get Away with Murder, etc. She's sick of it. Yesterday afternoon, she stated that although the phrase might be well-intentioned, these qualifiers are not just redundant, they're condescending.
Very true. Okay, well, she tweeted on Thursday, entertainment industry, time to stop using the phrases smart, strong women and strong female leads.
Oh, yeah.
There are no dumb, weak women.
You better sang it,
a
sister.
Smart, strong woman is just a woman.
Yep.
Also, women are not a TV trend. We're half the planet.
Actually, we're more than half the planet.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys already rule the world.
And we're the stronger sex, and we're smarter.
No complaint from me. Hey, look,
and he is clearly not as unintelligent as you don't look.
I know, right. I know better. I'm a smart man to know when to shut up.
Very smart. Very, very smart. And on that note, should we shut up?
Yes, let's take a break.
All right.
We'll be right back with more Rise 360. Welcome back to Rise 360. Now, since it's Valentine's Day, people around the world will be getting engaged today, or at least hope to get engaged today. And a lot of them will be getting ready for their nuptials by reading World Bride magazine.
Yes, indeedy. And joining us now is the editorial director of World Bride magazine, Myrdith Leon-Mccormack. Welcome to Runway 360.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here again. We love when she comes because your magazine is so sophisticated, it's beautiful, the quality is so rich. Why did you decide to start this magazine?
Because family is the core of any society, and it's about inclusion. And there was lack of diversity in the market when I was in the fashion industry for the past 25 years. So instead of complaining about what was missing, I just decided to get together with a group of some of the amazing artists that I was working with in the industry and put together World Bride magazine, because marriage and love is a universal thing. It's just not limited to one specific group or one genre of people. So I'm of the mindset, if it isn't there, create it for yourself. So
I like that mindset. But what makes World Bride magazine unique or different from other bridal magazines?
The covers.
The fashion.
The covers or the people on the color of the people on the covers.
Right. A combination of all. You know, we really make sure that we include everyone. So, like, for instance, this issue is monumental for us, for me, being in the fashion industry for so long. You didn't see curvy girls, full-figure women on the covers of magazine, let alone inside, you know. So that's what makes us different. We address all women. You know, we want all women to feel like they can see themselves in the magazine, because love doesn't have an expiration or, hey, it's only for you, it's not for me, or it's not for you. It just isn't. You know, people look for, they're looking for love, marriage, and peace, and family. So why wouldn't they be addressed?
So some of the people we'll see in the magazine, and some of the topics are addressed through people of all ages, races, religions, just a variety of people, as opposed to just one specific group of
people. So we explore marriage, life, and culture, and the effects it has around the world. So we literally, it says World Bride, we literally go around the world.
Wow.
Literally, you know, from Morocco, Dubai,
Mexico,
yes.
She's global.
Yeah, we really are.
Now, how is the magazine being received? Because this is a period in time in society where inclusion is so important, and that's one of the things that you are preaching and promoting via World Bride magazine. So what have you found the reception to be like?
So I've been touring with the Great Bridal Expo and going around the country. So far I've been to 8 cities around the country. You should see the women's face light up when we show them the covers, you know, when they see themselves, the reaction. So I'm going to talk about the Black Panther that's coming out. Do you see the reaction of people just to see themselves as superheroes, women, the empowerment of women? That's what World Bride magazine is doing to other women. They see themselves, you know, we'll have an Arab woman. We talk about the culture of religion. You know, we featured various people that do get married. Marriage is no longer limited to just one group of people. So that's what we try to address.
And I love how you can, I've been reading it, learn about other cultures and what they do in their marriage rituals or anything that they do in their processions. So it's interesting to see, because you like to incorporate this. There's more things than just jumping the broom out there that we can do at our weddings.
So throwing rice into people's eyes.
Other things.
Happy married life.
So what else can people get out of the inside? What are some of the articles and things you guys cover?
So we talk about from the moment you get engaged, we want you to pick up the magazine, even after, beyond it. So we talk about finance, how to spend your money, where to spend your money, and we call it invest. You're investing in yourself. And then we talk about beauty. We talk to the men too, which often you know, general magazines don't do. They just target just the bride. But then women get upset and say, well, he just showed up for the wedding. Well, you didn't include him in the process.
I don't know that I want to include my husband to be in the process. It's my wedding. It's my wedding. You're a prop.
Bridezilla obviously is going to be the topic there.
You and your wedding.
Oh, very. Besides paying for it, I was helping plan details.
You know how you want to look. You know how you want to celebrate your day.
And I didn't want her stressed out because that was going to come back on me. So I was like, let me try to make sure everything goes smoothly.
With each segment today, you prove yourself smarter and smarter.
That's right. I love my wife. Love her.
Yeah, so we took our money and we're heavy on traveling. Heavy. So it's not, and today is the day of love. So what we do is, it's not about just your honeymoon and then after that you're finished, or maybe if you remember on your anniversary you plan something, do weekend vacations, staycations, little things, getaways. So that's the thing. So we explore hotels, venues that you can go to, and we also talk about home decor. Because now, how do you're getting married, you had a place, she had a place. So who's moving into who?
Things together.
And combining a lot.
Exactly.
So it's a full service magazine.
Lifestyle.
That is amazing.
So we call it lifestyle. So we're not just about the wedding day, it's about the whole package of being married. So that's why our tagline is nuptials around the world beyond.
Oh, I like
yeah.
that.
Culture
now.
beyond.
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Now I want to get married. So what sort of mistakes do couples generally make when planning their weddings?
They listen to everybody else.
Instead of just you. Let's listen to the World Pride magazine. That's the only people you need to listen to right
Well, really, I think the conversation needs to start first with the two of you. So you decide what sort of wedding do we want.
Right.
Then you bring in consultant, advisors. You hear people. You don't need to actually do everything that's there.
Right.
So that's really what we try to focus on. We try to tell people, know yourself first and then start the planning process. Create a budget just like every business. Doesn't mean you're poor because you say, hey, I'm on a budget. It's realistic. Businesses have budgets. Why wouldn't you? In the biggest partnership you're going to have.
Absolutely.
So we talk about that and we encourage people to sit down first and talk with each other and decide where, when, how, and how much is it going to cost both of us.
That's great advice. Now, we want to talk to your cover model when we come back, but you have these here that have been sitting here. I've been wondering what these are.
Before we get to the boxes, I have one last question, and it's about something that you mentioned last week. So, viewers, you'll remember that Mr. Lanier said that one of the fashion or one of the wedding trends that we should no longer be following is bohemian-themed weddings. Now, as the editor, the global editor of a Wild Bride magazine,
because that's the kind of wedding she wants.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And I was very incensed when you said that.
It was an article, not me.
What do you think?
Bohemian weddings?
Bohemian chic weddings. So sort of fairylands, fairy lights, trees.
Again, I want to revert right back to what I originally said. What do you want? How do you, and I would rather keep weddings classic because you don't want to look back at it 5 years from like, what was I thinking? You don't want to do that.
Right.
So you want to do your research, and I wouldn't go for trends. Just personally, me, I'm not a trendy person.
But what if it's not a trend for you? What if that's classic
then that's
to you?
you. That's you. You
That's
have
the
to
answer
look
I
at
wanted.
it
We can end this segment now.
She was going to keep going until you gave her that, so I'm glad we just cut to the chase. Good. So real quick, what's in the boxes, and then we'll take a break.
It's gift for you guys.
Oh,
and these are some of the things that we feature from OMHH. So,
OMG!
OMG, you guys.
Thank you.
It's gift giving day, so we decided to give you, and that's some of the other things. It's not about the gift that you give, but the quality and spending time and the things.
Aww,
the moment. So I want to just tell you guys thank you.
It smells so good. I was wondering why these are these custom soaps.
Custom soap. All vegan. All vegan.
No way.
Yes.
So safe for your body.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
I wasn't expecting this.
Yes.
This is probably the only gift I'm getting today, guys.
H, thank you, and thank you.
That is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Don't
And
go
we
anywhere,
cannot
though.
wait to discuss this magazine cover with your gorgeous cover model.
She's stunning.
Cannot wait to take a look at her.
Yes, Liris Crosse will be right back with us, as will Myrdith. So you come back too. 360 will be right back.
Don't touch that dial. Welcome back to Rise Entertainment 360. We are still joined by the editorial director of Wild Bride magazine, Myrdith Leon-Mccormack, and the publication's first plus-size cover model, Liris Crosse. Can I start with your name? That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Liris.
Yes, and it's my real name.
Oh, what does it mean? What does it mean?
It's my two grandmothers' names, Lila and Iris. I come from a West Indian family, so they like to take someone's name in the family and keep it in yours.
That's beautiful.
My little sister's name is Carvina, which is an amalgamation of Keturah, Gigi, Gadvin, and Gabrielle.
Wow.
So yes, I know all about that.
Hey. All
That's
right.
amazing. So what did it feel like to be featured, not even just featured, to be represented as the first ever plus-size model on World Bride magazine?
Well, first, I just want to say thank you again, Myrdith. It's been an honor and a pleasure to represent not only plus-size women worldwide, but Black women worldwide. A lot of times when I watch bridal fashion shows, and I also work in showrooms sometimes for different bridal clients, a lot of times I'm the only African American model, or sometimes they don't even call on the plus models for the actual runway shows for bridal. So to be able to be on the cover and represent plus as well as women of color, it's groundbreaking, and I'm glad that I could be a pioneer for World Bride magazine.
Well, since you're pioneering this way in this format, we want to make sure we get it right, because a lot of people are so sensitive these days about titles. Do you like or prefer plus size or curvy? What's the appropriate term these days?
I have no problem with the word plus. Plus means more. I am more.
Right, okay.
I love that.
More hips. I got more everything going on up here, up here. I am more.
What did she say? She's got more what?
Everything going on up
Everything.
here.
I am everything, darling. So,
You are.
Right, yes, I love it.
But no, plus just means more. And for me, if it helps me to be able to know that a store carries my size, more power to me. I don't look at it as a bad word. I think society has created plus to be this bad, dirty word, and I've fully embraced it. It's who I am, and I think the world just has to get used to it. We have to change the stigma.
Yeah.
Well said, well
And
said.
plus comes in so many different sizes.
Yes.
You know, it comes in a 12, 14, but it can also come in a size 28. So we just have to open our minds and our hearts.
Absolutely. In the year 2018, why do you think that there is still minimal representation of not only Black women, but also plus-size women, not only on magazines, but even on the runway?
I think some people are just still very afraid for change. But the revolution is being televised. And the revolution is starting on World Bride, as well as with a bunch of different designers, magazine editors worldwide. As you see, representation matters, and you're starting to see that throughout the world with the different fashion houses who are just changing it up. They're using models who are handicapped, Black, white, freckles, albino, all types. And I think that's beautiful and refreshing because it really reflects our world.
Yeah. So Myrdith, why was this important for you to have her on the cover, and what has been the reception so far?
I know Liris. I love Liris. I'm a fan of her. I've been a fan of hers. And she, for me, was the perfect representation of what the first should be. And it had to be groundbreaking for us. You know, if I got a other pretty woman of another race, I would still be playing it safe. I don't have to answer to anyone but God.
Oh, I like that.
I like
So
that
she was
too.
my answer, you know. So for me, and I have a daughter. My daughter is not a size 2. She's not a 6. She's a full figure plus size girl, and she's about to get married. How do I tell her she's going to be beautiful, but my magazine doesn't reflect it? So I'm lying to myself, you know. So to have her was my answer, and people are like, over the moon.
Yeah, because
Over
it's
the moon.
groundbreaking. I mean,
the
like you
moon.
said, this is a clear instance of the revolution being televised.
Absolutely.
How did you know that featuring a curvy or fuller figured model on your magazine would gain you such global recognition?
Because the world has full figure women. So it's not like they don't exist and they're the unicorn. They're
Well,
not.
they don't exist, but they're not generally featured on bridal magazine covers.
And I think what happens is, I don't know if it's always the designer that doesn't want to do it. I think it becomes a monetary decision that they make. They think the public is not ready for it.
Right.
But
The response is showing.
The response is showing. They are ready for it. You know, I want to see. They've been waiting.
Yeah.
They want to see themselves in it. You know,
my family looks like you, so why not put those people on display so we know where to go and what to get?
Look, we get married every day. Plus size women get married every day. The average size woman is a size 16 here in the United States.
Absolutely.
So you think she's not getting married?
Right. Well, you know, with shows out there like the reality shows say yes to the dress and different things like that, do you think it's making it easier for plus size women to be able to shop and find dresses, or making it harder?
Well, actually, I work at times with Kleinfeld Bridal, and they do carry plus, and they do have plus samples in the showroom. So that's another thing that a lot of plus size brides talk about. They hate going to showrooms and you're shopping for your wedding dress, and they're like, oh, we just have the size 6 one or the size 12, and they're just, they have to imagine what the dress looks like. They hold the dress up to their body.
Oh, wow.
They don't even get to put it on. Right. You know how...
That's the whole experience, right?
It's taken away because you didn't think enough of those people to be inclusive, and that's the whole thing. It's not enough to say we're diverse, but are you inclusive? Are you inviting? Oh,
I like that.
And if you're not, and you say that by not even opening your mouth. If I walk into the store, she walks into the store, and she doesn't find a dress her size, you don't really want her money.
Very true. Okay, now this has gone really deep really quickly. So I'm going to lighten it back up. What you want, girl? Because that dress is magnificent.
Thank you. This is a Rebel Wilson dress. Yes, she has her own line, so this is my first time wearing one of her dresses, but I love the color. And I also have on some Badgley Mishka shoes, but you can't see those behind her.
Yeah, let me take a look on Instagram. Right.
Those are blinging.
Yes.
We'll put them on Instagram for y'all to see.
Speaking of Badgley Mishka, they showed yesterday. And Myrdith, you've been to quite a few fashion shows this New York Fashion Week.
I haven't been able to because I've been traveling along with the Great Bridal Expo, so I've been all over the state, but Mimi has been going, and Carlton has been going. So they have so much going on, and we have a guest editor, Susan Moses. She's been going, and they've been posting pictures and doing it. My team is phenomenal.
Everywhere.
You've been to Tom Ford.
Oh my God, my team. Yes, Joseph Abboud. Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, great show.
That was the show that I went to. Amazing. I love the man. I love what he does for men and grooms from casual to red carpet.
And I'm happy you mentioned that about Joseph Abboud and groomsmen, because we don't generally talk about them. This whole segment we've been talking about brides. I mean, we always forget about them. I'm sorry.
We're used to it. We're used to it. But you don't forget about them in some of the contests you have, and stuff. You talk about the magazine. Tell us about one of the contests you have right now.
So we have 2 contests going on, and it's ongoing things. So one of the big ones that's happening now is that's why I'm traveling all over the U.S. is I'm looking for 7 brides to be in our fall cover of the magazine. So these are actual real women that have an opportunity to be featured and represent their vision of beauty. You know, we don't select them. Their names just randomly get selected, and they're going to be on the cover.
That's awesome.
And then the other thing that we're doing is date night. Date night is, again, just because you're married, it's not over. You should still be dating each other. So we do date night, and we're about to put something really special together. So they have to stay tuned and follow us on all our social media.
Where?
And it is World Bride Magazine, and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and please go to our blog. That's the most important thing, because we try to update it on a weekly basis, what's going on, the trends, and everything else. WorldBrideMagazine.com.
And we can also get the magazine there.
And you can also download the magazine. It's $4.99. That's it. We want it to be accessible to everybody globally.
Absolutely. Gorgeous. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, with both of you.
Thank you. I'm so honored.
And you're doing amazing work.
Wait, I just have to say one last thing.
Please do.
Liris was the winner of Project Runway.
Oh,
All right, Liris.
First plus size model winner.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that deserves a standing ovation, which we will give you during the break.
Thank you so much. And we'll be right back with more Rise 360. Welcome back to Rise 360. We have breaking news into the newsroom, so we're going to go to a clip. The South African president is, well, you have to hear this for yourselves. Take a look.
I've served in my capacity as President of the Republic of South Africa within the prism of our much acclaimed Constitution, whose foundational values are fully subscribed to. I understand fully that while I serve at the pleasure of my party, the ANC, the door through which I officially came to serve the people of South Africa is the National Assembly, without which no political party can impose its candidate on the electorate, no matter how popular. This constitutional line between party and state is often forgotten in the usual business of party political contestations. As we fight our own battles in the corridors of political power and sometimes serving the very interests of the oppressors of yesterday, who joyfully celebrate as we lynch one another, we often forget the citizens on whose behalf we create a better life. We tend to place the political party above the supreme law of the country, which is the rule book of the country's political engagement. I do not make this reference because I am above reproach, nor do I wish to proclaim that in understanding my political responsibilities, I have been the epitome of perfection. If truth be told, none of us are. However, I respect the prescripts of the Constitution and its consequences on how we enter, stay in, and exit political office and government. There has been much speculation about how the President of the Republic should exit his or her office. In my case, some have even dared to suggest that one's PACs and post-service benefits should determine how one chooses to vacate political office. Often these concerns about PACs and benefits are raised by the very same people seeking to speak as paragons of virtue and all things constitutionally. Some even suggest that the relevant constitutional provisions, Section 89 and 102, in terms of which the President should be removed from office, would constitute an embarrassment or humiliation. For that reason, various suggestions are made to help leaders avoid this constitutional route of vacating political office without PACs if we avail ourselves to serve in terms of the Constitution, we should be prepared if indeed be and if those we serve deem it appropriate to suffer the hardship that comes with our constitutional obligations. Whether we lose our post-political office benefits should not determine how we act in the time of our departure. Nor did I agree to serve because there are no better cadres in the ANC and the country. Most importantly, I did not agree to serve in order to exit with perks and benefits of the office of the president. It is my party that placed me before the representatives of the people in the National Assembly to be elected. It is my party that availed me to serve on the basis of the Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Make no mistake, no leader should stay beyond the time determined by the people they serve. Most importantly, no leader should seek an easy way out simply because they could not face life at the end of their term without the perks that come with their political office. I do not fear exiting political office. However, I have only asked my party to articulate my transgressions, and the reason for its immediate instruction that I vacate office. This was important in view of the discussions I held with the President of the ANC and the Secretary General of the party that were aimed at uniting our organization, the ANC. It is indeed true that there was an agreement that even if the need arises that I should vacate the office before the end of term, there is a need to have a period of transition during which I would delegate some of the functions to the Deputy President of the Republic. Of course, I must accept that if my party and my compatriots wish that I be removed from office, they must exercise that right and do so in the manner prescribed by the Constitution. I fear no motion of no confidence or impeachment, for they are the lawful mechanisms for the people of this beautiful country to remove their president. I've served the people of South Africa to the best of my ability. I am forever grateful that they trusted me with their highest office in the land. But when I accepted the deployment, I understood and undertook to subject myself to the supreme law of the land, the Constitution. Ngithanda ukusho ukuthi kwizinkalo ngezinkalo lapho abantu bakithi bekhona ngokuzithoba okungenamkhawulo, kusemqoka ukunazisa ukuthi angidaze nkani okweselesele. Kunjalo nje angexwaye kwehla esikhundleni sobumongameli waleli lengabade. Angingenanga emzabalazweni ngoba ngigaqele izikhundla. Yinye nje into engiyicelayo kini sizwe sakithi ukuthi nokho angiphume ngomgudu womthetho sisekelo okuyiwona engabe kwangawo. Angikwesabi ukulahlekelwa amalungelo nopoyinandi oza nesikhundla sobumongameli. Angingenelanga lezo zinto kuhulumeni. Kunjalo nje azithi shu lapha kimi. Ngifuna kuphela ubulungiswa nokuhlonishwa komthetho sisekelo kanye namalungelo ami. Uma kwenzeke njalo ngiyophuma ngokuzithoba nokuhlonipha. Ngiyakholelwa ukuthi ngiwenzile owami umsebenzi enaningibekele wona. Uma kukhona la ngingenzanga kahle khona, bakwethu akukho soka lingenasici. I also thank the citizens of South Africa for the privilege of serving as the President of the Republic since 2009. It has been an honor that I will cherish as long as I live. I wish to thank members of cabinet, deputy ministers, and the whole of government, national, provincial, and local, for the positive spirit and cooperative manner in which we all worked. I also thank the other arms of state for the work we have accomplished. I thank all political parties who are in Parliament for their contributions in making our democracy strong. I thank all stakeholders, business, labor, religious leaders, traditional leaders, youth, women's groups, the education sector, and all others we have worked with over the years, united by the goal of moving South Africa forward. I thank the international community for the cooperation in the work we've been doing together. I've also been disturbed by the instances of violence that have occurred because of the different views among members of our organization outside our headquarters, Luthuli House. No life should be lost in my name, and also the ANC should never be divided in my name. I have therefore come to the decision to resign as President of the Republic with immediate effect. Even though I disagree with the decision of the leadership of my organization, I have always been a disciplined member of the ANC. As I leave, I will continue to serve the people of South Africa as well as the ANC, the organization I have served all of my life in it. I will dedicate all my energy to work towards the attainment of the policies of our organization. In particular, the radical economic transformation agenda. Countrymen, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your attention. Ngiyabonga, ngiyalebuga. Bayadanki.